Good morning, children. Today we'll start with a new topic, that is Chapter 18, Simple Past Tense. Children, simple past tense tells us about actions which took place sometime in the past or talk about some past habitual action. So children, we use a verb in a simple past tense to show an action or a state in an earlier time which happened in the past. Okay? Verbs that tell us about actions done yesterday, they are in the simple past tense. Okay? Now let's look at some examples. Now look at this sentence. They rushed to the hospital in the morning. Now children, rushed. Rushed is the ed form of the root form of the verb rush, R-U-S-H. Okay? And we know that we add ed to the root form of the verb when it has happened in the past or earlier than now. So they rushed to the hospital in the morning is showing us what happened in the past, and it is in the simple past tense. Okay, we have one more example here. My sister danced on stage last week. Now what is the root form of the verb danced? Dance, right? D-A-N-C-E. So my sister danced on stage last week is in the simple past tense. And as I told you, that simple past tense tells us about actions which took place sometime in the past. Or they also talk about some habitual action. Now, how to form the simple past tense? Now, children, we always use the simple past tense form of the verb, okay? Alright? So, we just use the simple past tense form of the verb, like walk. The past form of the verb walk is walked. Go, went. Close, closed. Okay? So, we just use the simple past tense form of the verb. Like I told you that the past form of the verb walk is walked. Similarly, past form of the verb go is went. Past form of the verb close is closed. Okay? So, we always use the simple past tense form of the verb in simple past tense. Then, where to use the simple past tense? We use the simple past tense for actions that took place at some time in the past. Okay, like I told you that the simple past tense tells us about actions which took place sometime in the past. I revised my lesson yesterday. We lived in this house for 2 years. Okay, so the verbs in these sentences, they are in the simple past tense. Okay, revised, lived, they are in the simple past tense. Then simple past tense also tells us about some past habit or some habitual action. We use it to express some past habit, like we usually worked at night, or we can say that we usually studied in the library before exams. Now, when we express some past habit, we use words like usually, generally, every day, always, often, okay? So we sometimes use these words with simple past tense. Like here we have used usually. We usually worked at night. Now this is showing a habitual action, or it is showing a past habit. Okay, so simple past tense also tells us about some past habitual action, or we can say that it expresses some past habit. Now children, this exercise is for your oral practice. What you have to do is you have to speak out these sentences, changing the simple present tense to the simple past tense. Okay, so this is for your oral practice. Now we'll come to some exercises. Okay, so rewrite this story, filling in the blanks with the past tense of the verbs given in the brackets. Okay, so you have some verbs given in the brackets, and to fill the blanks you have to use the past tense of these verbs. I dash patience when I dash at school. Now the verb given to you is lag, and the past form of the verb lag is lagged. We'll add ed to it. Okay, so we'll write I lagged patience when I dash at school. Now here you have to use be verb, so we'll use was. I lacked patience when I was at school. If an assignment dash me more than I dash very, I dash impatient. Okay, so if an assignment take me more, take. The past form of take is took. So we'll write took here. So if an assignment took me more than I expect, past form you have to use. So the past form of the verb expect is expected. We have added ed. So if an assignment took me more time than I expected, I dash impatient. Feel. Now the past form of the verb feel is felt. Okay. Now children, just remember that in simple past tense, we always use the simple past form of the verb simply. Okay. I dash to realize that outstanding achievements demand very hard work. Fail. Now the past form of the verb fail is failed. Okay, so we'll use failed here. I dash this lesson one day. I dash this lesson when one day our English teacher dash us few examples of really hard labor. Okay, now the verb given to us here is learn, and the past form of learn is learned. Okay, so I learned this lesson when one day our English teacher give us. Now give, the past form of give is gave. Okay, so we'll write gave here. Gave us few examples of really hard labor. All of us have seen or used Webster's dictionary. Our teacher dash us that it dash Webster 36 years to prepare its first edition. Now here the verb given to us is tell, and the past form of tell is told. So we'll write told here. Our teacher told us that it take. The past form of take is took. It took Webster 36 years to prepare its first edition. Hemingway dashed the Nobel Prize for his great novel The Old Man and the Sea. Now the verb given here is win, and the past form of win is won. So Hemingway won the Nobel Prize for his great novel The Old Man and the Sea. He dashed over the book 80 times before he dashed satisfied and dashed it over to his publishers. Now here we are given the verb go, and the past of go is went. So we'll use went here. He went over the book 80 times before he feel. Past form of feel is felt. So we'll write felt here. Before he felt satisfied and hand. The past form of hand is handed, and handed it over to his publishers. That day, I dashed to do every job thoroughly rather than quickly. Now, past form of decide is decided. Okay? So that day, I decided to do every job thoroughly rather than quickly. Now, let's move on to the next exercise. Use the past tense of these words to fill in the blanks. Okay. So, the words given to you here, what you have to do? You have to use past tense of these words to fill in these blanks. First, he teased the dog and the dog dashed him on the left leg. Now, we'll use the word bite, but past tense of this word we have to use. So it is bit. He teased the dog and the dog bit him on the left leg. Next, he was a sensible boy. He never dashed with his friends. Now, the word we have to use is quarrel, but the past tense of this word. So it will be quarreled. He was a sensible boy. He never quarreled with his friends. Next, somebody dashed my purse in the trade fair. Somebody steal, but you have to use the past tense of this word, so it will be stole. Somebody stole my purse in the trade fair. Next, somebody dashed my purse in the trade fair. Somebody steal, but you have to use the past tense of this word, so it will be stole. Somebody stole my purse in the trade fair. Next, she dashed her finger while sharpening her pencil. So, we'll use the word cut. Children, the past form of the word cut is also cut. Okay? Next, who dash you mathematics? Who teach you mathematics? But we have to use the past tense of this word, so we'll use taught. Who taught you mathematics? Next, Javed dash all his money on chocolates. Now, we'll have to use the word spend, but the past tense of the word spend. So, the past form of the verb spend is spent. Javed spent all his money on chocolates. Next, the students dash the bell ringing. The students here, so we'll use the past form of the verb here, which is heard. The students heard the bell ringing and dash out of the class. Come. Past of come is came and came out of the class. Last, as soon as I dashed the signal turning red, I dashed the car. As soon as I see, and the past tense of the word see is saw. So as soon as I saw the signal turning red, I stopped. ED form, past form, right? Stopped the car. Okay? So you have seen, children, that we have used the past tense of the words given in the box to fill these blanks. Now let's move on to the next exercise, exercise G. Solve the following puzzle with the help of the given clues. Note that all the words to be filled are in the past tense of certain verbs. Okay. So, the moon dash brightly over the lake. First, shone. Okay, shone is the past form of the verb shine. Next, I dash a strange sound at the dead of night. I heard, H-E-A-R-D. Heard is the past form of the verb here. Next, when the sun dashed, we started our journey. When the sun rose, R-O-S-E. Rose is the past form of the verb rise. Next, the hare dash of a clever plan. The hare thought of a clever plan. Thought is the past of the verb think. Next, the child dash all the answers. The child knew all the answers. Now, knew is the past form of the verb know. Okay. Next, Jaidev dashed the floor carefully. Now, what will come here, children? Jaidev dashed the floor carefully. Swept. Swept is the past form of the verb sweep. She dash happy to help me. She felt happy to help me. Felt is the past form of the verb feel. Next, Rahul dashed the ball easily. Rahul caught the ball easily. Now, caught is the past tense of the verb catch. Next, the cat dashed the whole milk. The cat drank the whole milk. Okay, drank. Drank is the past tense of the verb drink. Next, when she opened the window, she dashed a beautiful scene. What will come here, children? When she opened the window, she dashed a beautiful scene. Saw. She saw a beautiful scene. Now, saw is the past form of the verb see. Next, a car dashed my cycle from behind. A car hit my cycle from behind. Now, hit is hit only in the past form also. Okay. So children, I hope you have understood the topic. Let me tell you once again that simple past tense tells us about actions which took place sometime in the past. Okay. And simple past tense also talks about some past habitual actions. Alright children, this is easy, and how to form the simple past tense, we know that we always use the simple past tense form of the verb. Okay, so that's all for today children. Thank you.